You ever scroll through your photos and realize that you're not in them? Hundreds or thousands of shots of the kid smiling, her posing in perfect lighting, and you're always the one behind the camera. Then one day she says, "You never take us anywhere." And you just stand there thinking, wait, I took you everywhere. I planned it, I paid for it, I carried the bags, took every photo, but somehow I vanished from my own life. Drop a broken heart or me too if you've ever felt like the ghost in your own family. She once planned a 14-mile hike in the Taiwan mountains. It was officially closed to the public after a group of high school students went up there, got lost, and died walking in circles. But she said it's a secret trail, the best hikes in Taiwan, and only certain special people could go. Just one day before I had to fly 13 hours back to San Francisco, it was 100 degrees, no shade, thin air. By 5 miles, I thought I was going to pass out. But to her, it was amazing. A year later, I planned a trip to Yosemite, a 2 mile family friendly trail, picnic by the waterfall. Something for connection, not competition. Halfway through, she storms off. Too easy, too boring. And that's when I realized it. It wasn't about family, it was about control. Because when she planned it, it was epic. When you plan it, it's a failure. And every one of her adventures documented thousands on thousands of selfie or pictures with the kids in every angle. She kept asking me to just take one more in different poses, different backgrounds. Not once did she say, let's take one together. Ask the girls to take one for us because she didn't need me in her photos. She wanted the idea of us, the proof she was winning. That's when it hit me. I wasn't her partner, I was her production crew. Here's what I wish someone had told me sooner. When a person's identity depends on how life looks, they can't handle how life feels. They need validation, not vulnerability. Control, not connection. 71% of people with narcissistic or appearance driven patterns use experiences as social currency. That's in Psychology Today 2021. So the camera isn't about memories, it's about marketing and how you become the guy keeping the illusion alive. You gave her real moments, but she could only love the ones she could control. Sound familiar? You start pulling back, stop planning trips, stop asking to be in photos because it's easier to stay invisible than to be argued out of existence. And that moment you stop, she says, "You've changed. You don't care anymore." No, you didn't change. You got tired of being cropped out. The first time I realized I wasn't in a single family photo for almost an entire year, I just stared at the screen. Pictures aren't just images, they're proof that you belonged. And I wasn't losing a marriage, I was losing an illusion of one. Being erased wasn't the tragedy, it was the truth finally developing. You can't be seen by someone who's always performing. So, what do you do when you wake up and realize you've been edited out of your own life? Step one, stop auditioning for her story. You don't need to fit her narrative anymore. Write your own. Two, take pictures for you, for truth, not for proof, for memories that feel real. Three, redefine peace. Peace isn't the absence of noise, it's the presence of authenticity. You don't need to prove you exist, you just need to start existing again. That's why I built the 777 system. Just 7 minutes a day, 7 days straight, 7 breaths to teach your body that peace is safe again. Because you can't rebuild your life while you're still living as the ghost in someone else's story. Join me at rebuilddad.com 777. Let's train your nervous system to make calm your home again. You didn't fail as a husband. You didn't fail as a father. You just built a life for someone who wanted the pictures more than the people in them. Now it's your turn to step back into the frame and start again stronger. Share this with a dad who's always been behind the camera. Remind him he deserves to be seen too.